Hello, my name is Paul Chellevold, and I am the Consultant Project Manager for the SRF Consulting Team. We are proud to be assisting Jefferson County through the Comprehensive Plan and Agricultural Preservation and Land Use Plan updates. We have reached a milestone in this project, and through the input received from our steering committee, elected officials, county staff, industry and topic experts, members of focus groups, and you, the public, I am happy to share draft plans for public review and comment today. At the end of the day, our goal is to prepare plans that are useful for all residents and serve as a guide for the county-wide decision making over the next 15 to 20 years. So, what are comprehensive plans and agricultural preservation plans? Comprehensive plans are local government's guide to community, physical, social, and economic development. The plans create at least a 20-year vision for the future planning and county-wide decision making. WIS statutes require comprehensive plans to address, at a minimum, 9 elements and must be updated once every 10 years. Our current plans, which were developed in 2012, are approaching that 10-year time horizon. County comprehensive plans are also very important because if a county enacts or amends official mapping, subdivision, or zoning ordinance, the amendment must be consistent with that comprehensive plan. Additionally, the plan serves as a blueprint for physical development, and our goal is to craft and tell your project story for Jefferson County. Our desire is for the comprehensive plan to be a forward-thinking document and to anticipate the future needs of the county. We want to establish a vision for the county and create goals, policies, and objectives to achieve those. We want to define a strategy that meets the needs that can be evolving over time. The plan itself is intended to be general in nature, providing guidance while allowing for flexibility. The plan will be actionable and not intended to be sitting on a shelf. The Agricultural Preservation Plan develops policies related to farmland preservation and agricultural development. It identifies, documents, and describes trends in the plans and needs and discusses existing uses and resources, infrastructure, goals, and actions. The plan clearly identifies and maps intended preservation areas. So what are the guidelines of the plan? This cog graphic on the left indicates the 9 required elements by state statutes for a comprehensive plan. I'll talk about those in a little bit more detail in the next slide. The cog on the right shows important considerations that the agricultural plan was built around. Obviously, agriculture is an important component in Jefferson County's identity, but also balancing future development where that growth should occur and to provide definition, guidance, and specific areas for mapping of those areas as the population increases. The Jefferson County Comprehensive Plan that we've developed has 12 chapters. In addition to the required chapters, we felt it was important to provide some existing conditions analysis in Chapter 3 and clearly identify and separate the county visions and goals for each of the topic areas near the front of the document. Chapters 5 through 11 are required specific topic focus areas, and most important chapter 12, provides over 30 pages of short, medium, and long-term steps to achieve the planning and the plan's intended goals. So what are we planning for? Demographic data drives the comprehensive plan. We looked at many factors, including population increase, population density estimates for each of the communities, increasing senior population, and where the population is occurring the quickest in the county, as well as youth population, median household income, and employment locations. Population estimates anticipate an increase of approximately 16,000 residents countywide by 2040. By knowing this number, we can look to make sure our housing stock and transportation network is adequate and to find areas within the county where we wish to focus that development or preserve the land. These plans were put together from the input of a lot of people led by our awesome steering committee. Our acknowledgement page recognizes the work of 20 steering committee members and 15 county staff who served as integral roles in developing these plans. The steering committee members were tasked with a lot of work, testing our collected data, reviewing survey results, developing key themes, and reviewing project deliverables. The steering committee met 6 times at key points throughout the process, and our team conducted numerous other meetings with various populations, interest groups, including a 2-day sit down with leadership from every town, village, and city to understand their individual goals as a community as we developed this county plan. In all, we had over 60 meetings to get to where we are at today over the 18-month period. Our process update consisted of 6 major steps, starting with the existing conditions analysis and understanding the baseline to build upon. This included review of more than a dozen existing plans to incorporate and build from. We then took it to the issues and opportunities for each of the chapters and developed draft goals for each of the topics. As we got into the plan analysis, we continually tested our key themes that were first established last year through the community input and surveys, and then tested those in our COVID environment to examine if there were elements that were missing or changed in priority as well. So from there, we began developing the draft plans, and later this year, and actually starting today, we are moving into the start of number 6, which is the actual adoption of the plans. This slide walks through our process. Again, taking in that feedback from the public and various stakeholders and developing the issues and opportunities, key themes, and goals. Just some definitions to be provided. The issues and opportunities are the things that the county should act upon. The key themes are the priority areas, and the goals are the statements that lay out that desired direction so that we can move into the actionable step to achieve each of those. The next 2 slides are examples of a chapter area outline. We first list the key themes identified and build around those. In this case, for transportation, we formulate goals around each of the themes identified. We walk through the various modes of transportation, evaluate its impact as it relates to the future trends, and set actionable goals. Sometimes the goals are very general in nature, while at other points they are very detailed. Autonomous vehicles would be a good example. While we know this is a developing mode, we aren't exactly sure on the timeline and don't want to pin ourselves to a date. So we use terms like continue to explore or monitor so that it stays useful for the life of the plan. The comprehensive plan does address agricultural as a requirement in a broad sense, but the agricultural preservation plan takes a deeper dive, outlining current preservation policies and allows us a chance to put together a vision and guidelines for growth and define areas that the county prioritizes to protect. It is required that the document gets reviewed and approved by DADCAP. 15-year growth areas from the last plan were carried forward as a baseline. The plan was generally working well for the county, and with the increase in residents, we want to proactively plan for expansion areas over the next 15 to 20 years. Each of the municipalities in the county was studied for population growth. In evaluating the expected population projections through 2035, the identified growth boundaries from the last plan will support the population in all but 2 areas of the county. Small adjustments were made to the northwest corner of Aztalan and around the town of Ixonia, areas highlighted in red on this map. Residents will likely feel good about the fact that development is identified in an orderly fashion within these identified growth areas. The draft plans are available for your review now, and we need your thoughts and comments. Simply go to the website or scan one of the QR codes on a poster to be taken directly to the project website. There you will find draft documents for your review. To provide your comment, you can either download a comment form from the website or simply write out your comments and email them to me, Paul Chullavold, at PCHELLEV as in Victor, OLD as in dog, at srfconsulting.com. Comments will be collected through Wednesday, November 25th. After the Thanksgiving holiday, we will go back to work and finalize the documents based on comments received and present to the Joint Executive Committee and Planning Zoning Committee, and hopefully receive a recommendation for approval on December 8th. At that point, County Board will review and possibly take action in early January. It has been a pleasure to serve Jefferson County. If you have any questions, please contact the County Zoning Administrator, Matt Zangel, or myself, Paul Chullavold, at the addresses shown or at the phone numbers given. Thank you for your time.